Welcome to Say Less, Mean More with Lou. Just a quick, cozy check in from me to you, because sometimes it doesn't take a full episode, just a little nudge wrapped in purpose. These are going to be the in between moments, small, but still meaningful, still sacred. A little perspective, a little truth, and a whole lot of heart, meeting you right where you are. So whether you're resetting, multitasking, or simply breathing through your day, take this moment with me and let's say less and mean more. Hi, I'm Linda, aka Lou. I'm the host of the podcast Say It Forward with Lou and a life coach helping high achieving women like you navigate personal challenges while rediscovering themselves and stepping into their purpose. My journey, like many, has been filled with its own sets of challenges, including a divorce, multiple miscarriages, and refining what my legacy looks like in the absence of children. But through these experiences, I have found my calling to help others turn their pain into purpose by embracing self-love, self-care, and self-control. In my own life, there was a pivotal moment during my divorce when I realized I wasn't just grieving the loss of the relationship. I was grieving parts of myself. The pain opened up a new space for me to rebuild, though, and not just for the sake of healing, but to truly understand what it was meant to do this life through these painful experiences. I started discovering the depth of my own resilience, and I found purpose not in the idealized version of myself that I had before, but in embracing the truth of who I was and who I was becoming in the process of healing. So self-love wasn't always easy for me. I was used to being the strong one for everyone around me, but I had to learn that loving myself meant honoring my boundaries and my feelings and my needs. And it was a gradual process of learning to put myself first with no guilt, no shame. And for self-care, I had to redefine it from being a simple act of pampering myself to daily commitment to my emotional, my spiritual well-being, prayer, meditation, journaling, leaning in to my relationship with God truly became an integral part of my healing. And finally, self-control taught me the importance of emotional regulation. I had to stop letting impulsive reactions rule my decisions. And that's real, y'all, especially when it came to relationships, and instead practice pausing before acting and breathing through my emotions and choosing to respond with intention. So for me, one of the easiest ways I started cultivating self-love was by looking at how I really spoke over myself. So that's something I want to tell you today is start to really look at how you are speaking over yourself, because when you catch yourself thinking or speaking negatively, pause, replace it with a loving, compassionate statement. Like instead of I'm such a failure, say I'm doing my best and that's enough for right now. And you may not believe it right away, but with consistency, you'll start to rewire how you see yourself, how you think about yourself. This doesn't mean ignoring your flaws, but it means accepting them as a part of your journey and not as barriers of your worth. Another thing that I started really doing was really for my self-care is I encourage you to set aside time every single day for a self-care practice that nurtures you on all levels. And it could just be as simple as taking 15 minutes for a break to breathe, right? To stretch, to enjoy your favorite music, right? The key is to be consistent and intentional with it, right? Because self-care is not an occasional act. It truly is a lifestyle. And when you begin to see your well-being as the foundation of everything else that you do, you'll start to prioritize it. Whether it's taking a bubble bath, journaling, having a no guilt day off, create a ritual with yourself that helps you connect with yourself. And then lastly, self-control. Self-control is not about controlling everything around you. And that was something I really had to work on because I was trying to control everything. I'm always going to try to think 2, 3 steps ahead and have a plan for everything. But I had to realize that I couldn't do that, right? And self-control is more about controlling how you respond to external situations. And if you struggle with impulsivity, and sometimes I struggled with being impulsive, I suggest you trying a simple technique of the pause, right? So like when you feel triggered, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like, oh my God, right? Stop, take a deep breath, and give yourself 10 seconds to check in with your emotions before reacting. This pause gives you space to make intentional decisions rather than emotional ones. And the more you practice it, the more you'll realize how much control you actually have over your responses. Because look, really honestly, I didn't plan to be a coach, and I didn't plan to really start a podcast. I knew I wanted to do something, but those weren't the things that were in Linda's plan, right? But what I did do was pivot. And I pivoted while letting go of titles, timelines, and the version of me I thought that I had to be. And in that pivot, I found purpose, y'all. And after walking through the rejection that came with divorce and grief and the transition, I realized I wasn't just being broken, I was being built. And now, with that, realizing that my calling was coaching, that I was supposed to start a podcast. And through my podcast and through my coaching, I help high achieving women like me figure out what to do when you've done all the right things, but you still feel like something's missing, right? So here's your gentle Sunday reminder. Self-love looks like permission to pause. Self-care, it isn't always a spa day, though those are nice, right? Sometimes it's boundaries and a good night's sleep, right? And self-control is knowing what deserves your energy and what no longer does. So if you are a high achieving woman who looks like you have it all together, but you know deep down you're not walking in your more, I see you because I was you. Your resume might be flawless, but if your soul is restless, it's time to get clarity. So today, let's talk. Schedule a free chit chat clarity call with me, and let's see if a coaching partnership is the move you've been praying for. If it's that nudge you're feeling in your spirit, because from one high achieving woman to another, I promise you I get it, and I'm ready, and I'm here when you are. So happy Sunday, y'all. Happy self-care, self-love, self-control day. Do something for yourself that says, I love her. And speaking of her, the Summer of Her series presented by Say It Forward with Lou is premiering June 3rd. So like, share, and turn on your alerts because the Summer of Her is coming and it's truly something that you do not want to miss. So take care.